What's up? Y'all ready to see Havana, Cuba? Come on, let's go. I'm about to show you.
Worldwide Nate.
There are a number of places in the world full of mystery and mystique. Cuba is one of them. Cuba is often pictured as the United States' war-torn communist neighbor, but thanks to recent changes to the U.S. travel restrictions, more tourism opportunities have developed, and it's time for me to see for myself. Like most visitors, I start out in Havana, seeing some of the most notable sights like Plaza de Revolucion, the Floridita Bar, Ernest Hemingway's favorite place for daiquiris, and the Malecón. This oceanfront boulevard is filled with classic American cars, and they can be seen everywhere. And while most tourists from all over the world head right to these notable sites, I tend to head left to see Cuba from a local perspective.
I'm here in Havana, I'm saying, I'm getting along well.
Okay.
It's not like I'm doing bad,
Right.
And my family was happy to see me, and I got a good family.
Okay.
We get along each other,
Yeah.
And you can see, here in Cuba, you can see a lot of peace. We're very mixed.
Very mixed.
Here in Cuba, they don't look a lot like who is white, who is black, It's a lot of mixing.
Getting lost in Havana, wandering the streets, is an adventure in itself. The Spanish architecture and lack of modern buildings is refreshing. It makes me feel like I'm experiencing living history. But being on your feet all day can work up an appetite, and it's about time to eat. Conveniently located in the heart of Havana Vieja in downtown Havana, I arrive at La Imprenta. It's a restored printing house from the 19th century with a beautiful indoor and outdoor layout. The design pays homage to its origins, but right now I'm paying homage to the menu. Anytime I'm on an island, I take advantage of the accessibility to fresh seafood. I start with the Seuss fish toasted and marinated in olive oil. For my main course, I go with the behemoth lobster tail. After a long day of rolling around Havana, bending corners in my classic car, I head back to my Casa Particular, which is essentially a Cuban homestay. It feels like I'm visiting my family down south. Martha welcomes me into her home with her family and friends, and to my surprise, the impromptu house party begins. We dance to reggaeton and hip hop and drop it like it's hot. The highlight of the evening is when Martha and her husband take over the dance floor to show off their salsa moves. When my feet can dance no more, I head over to Callejon de Hamel to learn more about the Afro-Cuban traditions. Elias Alfonso is here to share the history of Hamel's Alley with me.
This place is the first cultural center of murals and permanent installations inspired by the African heritage. It's one guy who's done everything in here. The whole artwork has been done by one artist, Salvador González Escalona. He's the guy who in 1990 started painting everything.
Oh, 1990?
1990.
Then I get to meet the artist himself, and I have to wonder, where does the inspiration come from?
Es una defensa de los valores de la cultura negra, tanto en América como en el Caribe.
With these paintings, with this place, he became a defender of this theme, the African heritage in Cuba and in the Caribbean. He defends this heritage, the values from this tradition.
Those traditions are on display weekly during Rumba Sunday, where Afro-Cubans perform a Santeria ceremony. Santeria is a Cuban religion composed of a mix of beliefs from the Nigerian Yoruba tribe and elements of Catholicism. After all this history, it's time to let loose and dance in the streets at one of the biggest events in Cuba's modern-day history. Major Lazer is the first U.S. act to play Cuba since the restoration of both countries' diplomatic ties. Ironically, the Tribuna anti-imperialista stage is across from the U.S. Embassy along the Malecón. I meet up with my Curacao homegirl Gia in the middle of 400,000 people, and it feels more like a block party. I'm euphoric that I'm in Havana enjoying the concert. The energy around here is contagious. The Cuban spirit and passion for music is giving me goosebumps. And Major Lazer puts on an entertaining show and has the audience on fire. I came to Havana with an open mind, hoping the stereotypes I heard over the years would be shattered, and they were. I discovered a city filled with vibrant and happy people who were excited to learn I was from the United States. The simplicity of life in Havana allowed me to shift into first gear and live muy tranquilo.